Are you from Berlin?
No, I'm from Luxembourg.
What's so great about Berlin then?
It's very diverse.
Yeah?
I guess that's the best thing.
What brought you here?
Well, initially my studies, but I wanted to go somewhere where I can just have as many influences as possible. And I think Berlin is quite the best place in Europe, at least.
And what are you studying?
Psychology.
Oh, okay. Probably my favorite subject. I'm a writer,
Yeah?
and my books are biographies of famous athletes. And the most interesting bit is the head.
Yeah.
Everything is in the head. Are you specializing in anything in particular?
Not yet. I'm only doing my bachelor's now, but I'm going to see later what I'm going to do.
What is your passion on that?
I guess cognitive neuropsychology is really interesting, but I have to see it's really hard to get into a master's.
Okay, what got you that first into your head that you wanted to do that?
I did a lot of music before, and I don't know, something got me into psychology. I read a lot of books about psychology, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I just thought, okay, what am I doing most at the moment? And I noticed that I'm reading a lot about psychology, listening many podcasts about psychology, and so I decided just to get into that.
Well, I must say, empathy comes from you, so that's a good.
That's the most important thing.
It is. Thank you very much. I'll pay now, so I'll have to go off the phone now.
I'm going to be talking to myself for a minute. Is that okay? Good morning, everyone, or afternoon, or evening, whatever time you're watching this. Let's say one of the great things of doing this video every day is to have the chance to talk to people, my new friend, who wants to be a psychologist, and cross paths with some of my older friends, like David Moyes yesterday around the Brandenburg Gate. We had a coffee together, or James Horncastle in the Italy-Spain game, or Rafael van Eckstein went to his flat. Ian Dennis and Chris Sutton, who shared the trip to the Gelsenkirchen, I'm getting the stadium. And of course, Steve Crossman, who I love spending time with, either in front of a microphone or without the microphone. Those are, by the way, videos that we've done already. So yes, it's great that you watch today's video, but there is others with a lot of other stories about Berlin, about the Euros, about the people I met, and things that are going on. You have them all on YouTube, on Instagram, on X, on LinkedIn as well. So check them out. By the way, I'm going to meet two friends for breakfast. This is an early video today again. Two of my biggest friends for breakfast. For more on that tomorrow. The Copa America has started, and Messi is shining already. 2-0 against Canada from Argentina, with 2 assists from Leo Messi, one to Julian Alvarez and another one for Lautaro Martinez. 2-0. He had himself a couple of chances, but could not convert. I think everybody complained about the pitch. The pitch wasn't in great condition. Apparently, he had been checked in the past, but that was fine. They changed it like a week ago. Not great. And that's one of the differences between the Copa America and the Euros. There is a more strict ruling on what the grass has to be like, the facilities, everything else. The standards are really high. Perhaps the organization in the Copa America suffers a little bit. That was, by the way, a very interesting debate I had with Nico and the guys at Morning Footie. If you have the opportunity and you have the time, oh my God, the amount of comments, fascinating comments, by the way, in both directions. Copa America is better, Argentina and Brazil. I mean, who can beat that? No, the Euros are better because the amount of players that are there of quality are higher than you get in America. It's great. You go there and debate.
This Copa America versus Euro battle, I'm here touting Copa America, where you could tell that the middle pack, especially of Europe, they're more football educated. They're better. The top 3-4 teams in Copa America are great, but overall, I think there's a bigger group of more talented teams.
The influence of, let's go to the essence, Johan Cruyff, no? The idea that you have to go out there
perform and it is a game, so you have to deal with the spectacle, you have to impress people, and perhaps that idea hasn't gone throughout the Americas, if you like. It's about winning. It's the most important thing. There are very good players in both competitions, but yeah, I agree that the European tournament seems to have a little bit more quality.
This is a great opportunity to remind you that my authorized biography of Leo Messi has been updated. It includes, of course, the World Cup win and his move to Inter Miami. And on that, I got a little extract, and look what I did with one.
During the spring, Jorge Messi and Laporta had remained in touch and had actually met for the first time since that moment of doubt by the lifts in Jorge's office 2 years prior that marked the end of Leo at the club. On the 5th of June, the day after Director of Football Deco called Leo, Jorge Messi, having received an invitation, met Laporta at his house. The meeting lasted around half an hour, and they touched briefly on a potential public homage to Leo, maybe some kind of friendly at the Camp Nou. Leo wants to return to Barca, and I would also like him to return, Leo's dad said at the end of that meeting, surrounded, to his surprise, by a group of eager journalists. The statement, coming out of a moment of tension and nerves, is true, but it was made without the necessary context. Leo did indeed want to return to Barcelona, but circumstances meant that it was not going to happen. Laporta and Jorge Messi discussed if there was any way to make it work. Jorge Messi was very much up for it, and possibilities such as a loan deal were considered. Laporta would say a few days later that Jorge had given him a clear message. "We have made up our minds, we are going to Miami." What Leo's dad had claimed to have told the president was that if he could not go to Barcelona, Miami was the most attractive alternative. Leo would have played at Barcelona for free, and Jorge told Joan Laporta exactly that when they met at the president's house. But that is not allowed. There is an independent valuation committee which works on behalf of La Liga to determine whether the contract is in line with the player's market value. La Liga would have allowed him to be registered for €25 million per year. Later that night, in a calmer frame of mind, Jorge spoke to journalists, and the message became clearer. Right now, I see the arrival of Messi at Barca as quite difficult. I don't think it will happen right now. It depends on a lot of things. Before adding, Barcelona is his home and will always be his home. We witnessed a second institutional failure from the club. They let Messi go and they could not bring him back. Perhaps there was a lack of trust between the parties, but the real reason it never happened was because Barcelona were not able to put into place the right financial conditions that would guarantee his return. In fact, by the end of July, Barcelona still had to find €60 million to be able to register their new players, and also the new contracts of footballers who were staying at the club. No matter how much Leo wanted the return, the club never did their homework to make it possible. 2 days after the meeting between Jorge and Joan Laporta, once Leo's next destination was revealed, social media exploded. He had chosen Inter Miami.
I've got the impression Leo Messi wants to have a good Copa America and then ask himself, how about if I last a little bit longer and make it to the World Cup? Funnily enough, I said that when the Qatar World Cup finished, I said, Leo Messi has got another World Cup in him. Everybody was saying goodbye to him. He would say, well, the logic would say that yes, but who knows? He never retired or never said no to the World Cup. World Cup in America? Leo playing for Inter Miami? Definitely a goer, no? I hope it is. As I put at the end of my Messi book, the day he goes, be a little bit orphans. But some superstars leave the biggest stages and others appear. We were waiting to see what happened with Kylian Mbappe. I was told that like Sergio Ramos, when he broke his nose and it took him about 10 days to actually play his first game with a mask, that he was going to be similar with Kylian Mbappe. And it's proven to be the case. He didn't play one single minute against Holland. But, you know, it made Holland think, oh, he's there, will he come on? And I think France played with that a little bit. I'm not sure he will play against Poland. I'm not sure he will be necessary. But of course, that's the next game of France. 3 points there, and they will top the group, almost guaranteed. And Holland will have a difficult task to beat Austria. That's on the back of the draw, the nil-nil draw in European Championships with the biggest goal average in history. I think it is, about 3 goals per game. Well, it had to be France, but do things their own way, in a different way. What happened in the game was simple. Holland, Netherlands were attacking much better in the first half. They were getting the ball quicker to Gapco, who had a couple of shots from outside the box. But the clear chance in the first half was for Griezmann, swine in the box. That's France. They don't need to play well to actually do damage. Didn't happen. In the second half, another 3 big chances for France, who started to play better, who started finding Dembele quicker, and it was a fascinating duel. Dembele-Ake, I would say Dembele edged a little bit, but Ake defended it well, and just to the point where Xavi Simons scored a goal that was disallowed for offside. I think then both sides thought, you know, a draw is enough, and that's exactly what happened. Anyway, that's it for now. I've got to go for breakfast. It's raining today, but in any case, still in Berlin, so I'm a happy boy. See you tomorrow.